Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lana, and today I will show you how I organize my week. So I'm only 2 or 3 weeks into this new system that I'm trying, so things are changing every week. I'm still adapting, I'm still trying things and seeing if they work out or not, and so this is how it is today, but I might do another video like 2 months after this and tell you how things have changed. If they change, I don't know. So recently I shared on my Instagram that I was attempting to organize my life, and I asked if maybe people would be interested in seeing a video of me showing how I organize things. The response was overwhelming. I think I got more responses on that one story than I ever have on my account. So this change of system started because I needed to move all of my analog planning into the digital space, because my particular lifestyle, I'm very rarely sitting at a desk. And while I was planning all my work stuff on my iCalendar because I needed that on the go, a lot of other parts of my life kind of ended up staying behind, because for them I had to sit down at my desk, find my bullet journal, and actually like look at the plans I made and all of that. It was like I was keeping different parts of my life separate, and it was not working out for me, and I wanted to put everything on the table. Also, I needed to know how much time do I actually have to dedicate to different tasks that I want to do, to hobbies, to workouts, to going out with friends. How much time do I actually have for rest? Because before it was more like I'm just gonna rest now and feel guilty the whole time because I'm probably supposed to do something else right now. So the apps that I use every day to organize my life are iCalendar, which I will show you today. I will share a screen this week and I'll show you how I plan it. Then there's Todoist, which I will probably not go into detail today. I probably won't be showing all of it because that would be a very long video, but that is where all my tasks are that I organize by project and priority and all of that. Then I have Google Sheets, and on Google Sheets I have like a specific sheet that is where I keep all the like information about the classes I teach, my students. There I make all the calculations about how much money I make each week and how much money do I have to like pay the studios for all the rooms that I'm renting. Like, it's all of that information is on Google Sheets. And then I'm also trying out some things on the Apple Notes app. I don't think I can fully tell you exactly what I do on there because I am trying several things that I've seen people do online, and some things I can already feel them not working, and probably I won't continue with that. But one thing that I'm really enjoying is having a trigger list. And a trigger list is basically all the things that you could potentially ever need to do for different areas of your life. And the idea behind that is that you should look at the trigger list when you're planning out your week, like right before your week. It's called a trigger list because seeing a certain task should trigger your memory of, oh, I completely forgot to schedule that. That has worked for me. But let's get back to organizing my week. So this is the calendar spread for this week. I generally never start with a blank space because I have recurring events that happen each week, but for the sake of this video, let's start with nothing. As you can see, I have several calendar groups. I used to have many more than these. They were much more detailed, but that got really confusing, so I'm very happy with this little stack. Okay, so starting with the blank week, the first thing I have to enter, there's a recurring event 3 times a week where I have to be with family. It is fixed, it's non-negotiable, and it has to go in, and everything else is planned around that time. Next thing that I have to put in is work. My primary work is as a voice teacher. I teach singing, speech, public speaking, acting, improvisation, stuff like that. It's all individual classes, one-on-one, that I have to rent out studio space for each one of those classes in various studios around the city. My schedule directly depends on the schedule of my students. Each week is completely different. There are some people who prefer to have like a set time each week that we have a class. I love when that happens to have some kind of stability, but with most people, life is hectic. They have, you know, their own jobs and kids and everything, and it's very hard to, you know, set a specific time each week. So each week looks different. People get sick, they reschedule. It's very messy. Some weeks are very packed, some are not. I would say this week is kind of medium. I usually don't put them all in at once. These are the ones that I know that I've already confirmed. So this is what it looks like right now, closer to the weekend. Someone might sign up for a class, they might not. All of these things vary so much. I used to have, I think in spring, Sundays used to be like the busiest day. I had the most amount of classes on Sundays, but recently Sundays have been pretty quiet. And as you can see, Wednesday, which is today, is free of classes, which means I am home all day and I'm able to film for you. Next thing I have to put in are my commutes. As a rule, if I have to be anywhere in the city, I have to leave my apartment exactly an hour before. With the studio that is the farthest away from my apartment, that means I get there about 10 minutes before class, which is perfect for me because I'm not rushing. I hate being late. I have time to use the restroom and air out the room and, you know, wipe down the keyboard, just get present. So I started putting in my commutes into the calendar specifically because they take so much time. And even if I have only one class that day, that is a 1 hour class, getting to the class and back home, it's not that I am busy that 1 hour, it's 3 hours of my life. And then there's the problem. Well, it's not a problem, but it's a fact that I work in different studios that are situated in different locations. And before I started putting in commutes, I used to just have the block of I have a class and I would see that, oh, I do have an available time before and after that class, and I would schedule something and only later realize that, oh no, those are in 2 different locations. I need time to commute to that other location. So if you look at my Friday, for example, that's exactly what's happening. I have 2 classes, but they're in different studios. Will it actually take me 1 full hour to get to the other studio? No, but I know that in that 1 hour, I will not be in front of a computer. I will not be able to do anything super productive. Next is everything that's under the calendar group of health. That includes morning routine, night routine, cleaning of my space, the apartment, any type of workout, dance class, and any kind of medical appointment situation, anything related to health. Then I have all the events that are in my personal calendar group. That is usually some type of social event or anything that doesn't really fit in any other group. When I'm meeting friends, on Sunday I'll be watching an online lecture, stuff like that. And then we go into the tasks. So this is what my calendar looks like at this point. Perfect. So the thing that needs to happen now is me looking at the tasks that I want to accomplish and seeing where can I fit them within this week. There are 2 projects that I need to schedule tasks for. The first one is my official voice teacher Instagram. It is hard. I am struggling. It is not something I am confident or good at all. I'm still trying to figure it out. But within these several weeks that I've been trying to figure it out, here's what I realized. I need 3 different separate tasks for Instagram. First one is planning, research, coming up with ideas, writing them down, looking what other people are posting, all of that. It takes a lot of time. Second one is creating graphics and finding photos that I could use as posts and making them post ready. And third one is writing captions. I did not know that captions needed so much time. I have to say this is very specific to the type of page that I'm trying to do. If we, for example, take my Bookstagram, then it's completely different. It does not need any of that. I do not need to write captions. My posts are not supposed to be informative. The most important thing for me in my Bookstagram is aesthetics and vibes. So the way that I do my Instagram page for Bookstagram is completely different. Plus, I don't take that very seriously because that is not part of my job. It will not affect my income. So that is the first project. The second one is this one, BookTube. BookTube potentially requires 5 tasks. There's planning, scripting, filming, editing, and making the thumbnail. Depending on the kind of video we're talking about, some of those take longer or less. For example, if we're talking about the kind of video I like to make every month, which is the TBR finds video, that one does not require a script. Then there's tag videos that don't necessarily require a lot of scripting. Sometimes it's just coming up with a book for each question, and it doesn't require like an hour of my time to be set aside to work on that script. But then there are videos like this one. The script for this video took me probably 2 hours. Also because, and this is what I mean by it's changing all the time and I'm learning something new about myself all the time. I know I'm not a productive morning person. I'm a morning person as in I love to wake up early, but I should not be scheduling this type of work for morning. You can see that I scheduled scripting this video for this morning, and it used to be at 10 a.m. but that didn't happen. I could not concentrate. I was getting distracted all the time. Note to self, script videos in the evening. Even though I feel like I've been filming this video for years, the fact that I have a script in front of me, I have a structure, is definitely helping. I've learned from the past, without a script, it will take me a very long time to film, and then the editing process will be just as long and painful. So having a script ready makes the filming and editing go much smoother, and it has to be done. But not for every video. So when it comes to scheduling Bookstagram tasks, I usually only schedule the tasks that require a lot of time. So the schedule that I'm trying to keep up with right now is have one video out a week, which means that each week I have to film a video and edit a video. For filming, I always set aside 2 hours, and editing rarely takes less than 1 hour, so I like to schedule 2 hours, 2 separate sessions that are 1 hour long in the week. If I don't end up needing that second hour, great. If I do, I'm glad to have it. Then depending on what video I'm filming that week, I might add a script video task somewhere in the week. During those 3 days where I'm busy with family, there are 2 hours of time that I can set aside for work. And so usually on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, those 2 hours I dedicate to Instagram, to my voice teacher Instagram. I'm not at home, I'm at a cafe, which means there are very few distractions. I have my laptop, I'm focused, and things get done. As you can see on Tuesday this week, I had plans with a friend at that time, so I moved the work on Instagram for a little piece of time on Monday and later that Tuesday. You might say that having a block of time set aside for Instagram planning, what does that actually mean? In my calendar, I usually never put in specifics of what tasks that entails that particular day. That whole thing happens in my Todoist. In my Todoist, I have all the tasks that I need to do. And when I know that on Thursday, tomorrow, I have 2 hours to work on my Instagram, I go to my Todoist, I see the list of tasks that have to do with my Instagram, and I decide which ones I will prioritize tomorrow. I don't need that information in my calendar. My calendar is just to make sure that I don't schedule anything else for that time. So this particular week, apart from the weekend, which I will talk about later, the Wednesday is really the only time where I can schedule a 2 hour block for filming, for editing, for scripting. Like all BookTube things are happening today. I separated the editing into 2 1 hour blocks today, one in the morning and one later today. So it's 2 hours in total, but I don't have to for 2 hours sit and edit because I don't like editing. If all goes well today, the only thing I will need before posting the video on Sunday is create a thumbnail, which usually doesn't take that long of a time. I never really schedule that task specifically in my calendar because I feel like I don't need to set aside like a specific 30 minutes bracket for that. I do it when I have the time. I just need to make sure to have it in my Todoist so I know there is a task that I need to do, but it doesn't take that long. So this is what my complete calendar looks like for this week, and it's Wednesday. Things can still change, things can be added or removed. As you can see, it's not tightly packed, One thing, I don't like scheduling my meals. It doesn't feel right to me to do that. Plus, the time when I eat usually differs, so it's very hard to schedule that in. I just make sure that there is space between tasks. It's not one thing after the other. That is one of the reasons why it's not tightly packed. Apart from that, you know, I take walks, I go grocery shopping, I read, I watch TV, I watch YouTube, I'm on Instagram. I have a lot of other things that take up my time that I don't schedule and I don't want to schedule. So I like the fact that on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, there is time before I have to start preparing for bed when I don't have to do anything and I can do whatever. That is very important to me. When it comes to scheduling the tasks that I need to do for the week, I try to schedule them as close to the beginning of the week as possible, leaving as much space in the later part of the week as possible in case things happen, things move around, I have to reschedule. There's always space to fill in the back. If I get everything done in the beginning of the week, amazing. I have so much free time later in the week. I try not to schedule much for Saturday and Sunday because that's when my sister and my family, they're off work. So during the weekend is really the only time we have that we can spend together during the day, go take a walk, go to a museum, a cafe, something. So I try to keep those as free as possible. The main goal is not to schedule as many tasks as possible and to do as much work as I can possibly do in a week, but to create a system that is sustainable, that I can rely on week after week without overwhelming me. So I need to have free time. I need to feel like there is space to move things around if I need to, that I can reschedule, that things can change without it completely breaking down the whole system. And when things don't work out, I try to take it as a possibility to learn something new about myself that can help me later. Like today, I had the task of scripting this video this morning and I realized that that's not something I can do in the morning. My brain refuses to work. Tasks like that, I should put them later in the day. That's something I learned today. I hope this video was interesting for you. Please let me know, do you have your own system? What works for you? Please let me know. I am planning to do a separate video about my Todoist, how I set it up, how I use it to plan BookTube and Instagram. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video.